There's a couple reasons why Albuquerque is such a great fight town. You know, for starters, you know, there's not a whole lot to do, not a lot of distractions. But also, Albuquerque kind of has a hard edge. It could be a pretty gritty place. I think you see that in a lot of the fighters that come out of Albuquerque. Is we're fighters. This is downtown Albuquerque. When I was up-and-coming fighter, supplement my income and scratch out a living, I worked as a bouncer at a lot of these clubs down here. One of my best friends growing up was about 6'8". Everybody wanted to fight me instead of him, which, you know, sometimes wasn't a good idea. I draw a lot of my strength and my motivation from my hometown, and I'm proud that I'm in a position where I can show the world what Albuquerque is all about. We're headed over to the west side, which is where I grew up, to go check out my old high school and where it all began. Where I lived, there was maybe another row of houses and then nothing for about another 100 miles, except for desert. Back when I was a kid, it was UFC in the backyard. It's kind of what we did for fun. We just get out of school and go and throw my dad's old boxing gloves on, and no headgear, no mouthpiece, no nothing, and you know, spar until somebody got tired or somebody started crying and didn't want to do it anymore, and somebody else would jump in. That's where it all began, right here. It used to be a little bit bigger. It smells the same, that's for sure. I started wrestling here when I was 9. Didn't have a real illustrious high school wrestling career, but same things that I was learning in here, I still use every time I get in the cage. You know, I attribute a lot of my athleticism, a lot of my endurance to the early days. I found Greg Jackson's school when I was about 15. It was in between wrestling seasons, and I kind of wanted to stay busy. And I don't even think it was called mixed martial arts. It was Jackson's ground fighting, you know. And you know, my dad took me down to Greg's original school. I was already a UFC fan, and I was, you know, instantly I was like, this is what I want to do. Going from fighting in little podunk casinos in the middle of the desert to the UFC welterweight title is more than I could ever imagine. I don't believe in fate, but just having this opportunity to compete is a complete honor.
That was amazing! That's a huge, huge victory for Carlos Condit. Unbelievable!